yarder. And the Lions have their first lead of the game. Larry Taylor on the return. And he's still going. Taylor breaks it. Flag down. Anybody going to catch him? And he is caught by Ryan Phillips inside the 15-yard line. But again, a penalty marker on the play. Larry Taylor in his CFL debut, giving you a little indication of how dangerous he might be.
Well, yeah, that's the good news for Montreal. The bad news is I think this is coming back due to penalty. And you got to love the hustle from Ryan Phillips, who did not know there was a penalty flag down. And he tracked down Larry Taylor.
Until number 0. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Sean Gallant. So penalties that were not taken in the first half have been costly in the second half.
I love those plays, though, when guys do not give up. I mean, that was a nice run by Larry Taylor, and Ryan Phillips did not give up. He didn't know there was a penalty, and he took off, got on his horse, and ran him down. And now the downside for Phillips is he's got to play defense.
An 82-yard kick return brought back, and here's wide open. Brian Bratton. Can anybody catch him? No. Bratton all the way for the touchdown. 75 yards, and just like that, the Alouettes are back in front.
And guess who was too tired to get his hands on Brian Bratton after that run on the special teams? Ryan Phillips. To the left of your screen, you'll see 21, who's got to get his hands. Here comes Brian Bratton down the seam. And you see 21, he's back there in coverage. He's not supposed to be deep with Bratton, but he had to get the jam on him to slow him down, and he was just too tired to do it. Brian Bratton ran right by him.
So touchdown pass number 298. 299 for Anthony Calvillo. And Duval makes it a 4-point game.
I'll show you another angle of what I'm talking about with Ryan Phillips. He had just run down Larry Taylor, a play that was called back, and the very next, he's right here in your screen. Now his job as Brian Bratton's coming down the line and down the seam here is to get his hands and reroute him, stop him right there, get his hands on his shoulder pads. He kind of let him go by without any contact, did not slow him down, and he gets deep in a hurry. So a good hustle play turns into disaster for Ryan Phillips.
So Brian Bratton has a pair of touchdowns in this game.
This is very difficult for Phillips, and he almost needed a timeout. He chases down Larry Taylor right there. That was about a 75-yard run, and he was behind Taylor by about 20 to begin with, so he had to put on the jets, and then here he is. He didn't get his tank refilled, and he just kind of lets Bratton go right through the seam.
You know, the Lions have 9 defensive backs in their lineup on the roster for this game. You wonder if on a play like that you don't bring a guy up.
Well, you almost clearly the coaching staff didn't notice it, and Phillips didn't say anything and didn't go down on a knee. But
another wild night in the CFL. And Ian Smart this time contained just beyond the 25-yard line.
Now, in fairness to Phillips, he needed some help from that inside player. I think it was Reggie Miles. They could have sandwiched him there. Plus, there's also a deep defender in behind. I believe that was Baron Miles, and he got caught short. So the combination of the three things, and Brian Bratton says, okay, I don't see mistakes in this Lions secondary very often. We'll take advantage of it, and that's a big one.
Out of a double tight end formation, the fake to Smith. Anwar Stewart trying to track down Jarius Jackson, who gets away. Outside TJ Hill, into the first down stick again. Jarius gets on his horse.
Well, they've run this tight end formation where they bring Lyle Green up and he becomes the tight end, and they've run Joe Smith off that left side a bunch of times. So this is the change up to that. There's Lyle, and this is how they're going to do it. A fake to Joe Smith, and out around the corner comes Jarius Jackson the opposite direction. It doesn't fool Anwar Stewart, but Jackson's speed gets him to the outside.
This play will require a measurement. 27 yards on the night for Jarius Jackson. He had 32 last week, starting to run the football a little bit more. And just inches short, which may set up a free BC play.
I mentioned at the beginning of the game about their first down production after 4 weeks. Just amazing at 8.3 yards off first down.
And 9.4 last week.
Just, you know, that if you can get 5 yards on first down, that's a good situation. And 8.3 is just outstanding. And right now, the offensive line for the BC Lions is starting to really establish themselves. A little misdirection there, and Jarius Jackson's speed helps them, but they're pounding the ball in there and getting a little movement on the line of scrimmage.
Dave Moyer, our crack stats man, says they're 7.9 tonight first down production, so below their average, but above average around the league. A little hitch screen to Geroy Simon. Not much there, enough to get the first down.
Enough to get the first down, and that was a lateral too. And a tricky catch. You could see Geroy Simon going, that was a lot harder than it should have been. That was that was a lot harder than we drew it up in practice. Because that was a lateral. It was thrown behind the line of scrimmage and behind the quarterback, Jarius Jackson.
Montreal's done a good job on Geroy Simon last year. Just 3 catches in the 2 games.